After releasing such a critical failure that was 2006's Sonic the Hedgehog, SEGA was now facing a tough moment in their beloved franchise. Where would they go from there? How could they bring Sonic back to his glory days after such a criticized and broken game that the internet claimed ruined the franchise? Well, in 2008, SEGA released Sonic Unleashed, a game that may have even been more controversial than Sonic 06. Sonic Unleashed is a game that brings back a ton of nostalgia for me. I wanted to revisit this in 2021 to share my opinion on this game, and there's a lot of stuff about Sonic going on right now, so why not? Sonic has always been one of my favorite game franchises, and this one is a staple in the franchise that has not gone forgotten. So without any hesitation, let's see what Sonic Unleashed is all about in 2021. Sonic Unleashed starts off with Sonic, doing his usual things, just blowing through robots, destroying all of Eggman's plans, but eventually it gets kind of thwarted, and we see the Chaos Emeralds lose all of their powers, and then Sonic ends up turning into a large and slow and powerful werehog. Yeah, that's kind of a weird name anyways, at night. And this obviously leads to a completely different gameplay change. And we see the werehog use a beat-em-up style of gameplay. So obviously this was going to be very controversial because we know SEGA likes to take risks and they don't always work. And people didn't think it worked at the time. Literally after Sonic 06, people were expecting absolute perfection and they didn't exactly get what they wanted. So, yeah. But this was also the introduction of the Sonic Boost gameplay, which has been used in future games like Sonic Colors, Sonic Generations, and unfortunately Sonic Forces, which I don't like to talk about. Like I said, Sonic Unleashed was met with criticism when it was released in 2008, with some critics saying it was worse than Sonic 06. I completely disagree with this, and I actually do not hate Sonic 06, but I will say this game is way better in my opinion. Way better. Let me stress that it is way better. Now, after a brief rundown given of this game's backstory, let's get into some of the pros and some of the cons of this game and how it holds up into 2021. Let's start off with the pros of this game. One pro I will instantly say of this game is that even in 2021, this gameplay is extremely smooth and it holds up so well. There's a lot of things that I like about this game, but the gameplay has to be the number one thing for me. I just think it works perfectly, It's smooth and it feels good and it's not difficult to control. Both the day and the night stages have polished gameplay and I think it works. Another pro that I have for this game is that it is literally the fastest we have ever seen Sonic go in a game. I mean, Sonic is so fast in this game that it literally breaks the game at points. I mean, take a look at this freaking clip from Apato's Day Stage. Check this out.
Feeling good! Woo!
A good thing about the speed being so fast is that it means the game takes a little bit more skill. So it takes a lot of skill to get S ranks, and I find myself actually having some problems getting S ranks in this game compared to, Sonic Generations, which is super easy to get S ranks. This one's a lot harder on, and I love that because that's what I want from a Sonic game is speed and platforming and difficult platforming. I don't want it to be a breeze. So I actually really like that the speed in this game is absolutely unreal. Another pro of this game is that I love the upgrade system, and I'm not sure why that upgrade system has not been back, because it makes the game, you feel rewarded for playing the game, you know what I'm saying? This also unlocks a lot of combos to use for the werehog, which obviously makes the game less repetitive when you can do different moves. Another pro is that I think the werehog gameplay is extremely underrated, and it is very polished, and it's a very good way of gameplay. Maybe not necessarily for a Sonic game, but as a game on its own, it holds up extremely well, in my opinion. And I'm not sure why it's super hated on. Maybe because it's a little bit slow-paced, but the gameplay was so good that it's I don't really notice that it slows down the pace. It's a beat-em-up, maybe a bit repetitive, but it's polished and it works and it's not that glitchy. I would honestly say the day stages are glitchier. Another pro I would actually hand this game is that it has a pretty good story. If you look at games like Sonic Colors, Sonic Generations, and Sonic Forces, they don't have the best stories, alright? Sonic 06, not the best story, but Sonic Unleashed, it actually has a pretty decent story in my opinion, you know? It starts off with Sonic turning into a werehog, whatever, for some reason, and then literally he has to fight against a god. I think this game has beautiful graphics, beautiful music, and beautiful landscapes. Now, first off, the beautiful graphics, oh my gosh, man. This game looks so good, and the graphics are just, they even hold up perfectly in 2021. I have no complaints about the graphics. Absolutely beautiful. The music in this game is so beautiful too. You get a track like Rooftop Run, Day Stage. Oh my gosh, man, this song is awesome. And once again, the landscapes. If you're looking in the background of these stages, you don't even realize it, but it's just so amazing. And that's one thing that has always been a staple in the Sonic games, is that they have beautiful landscapes in the back, even going back to the 2D stages. Now, with that all being said, there are definitely some cons of this game. So, let's get right into the cons of this game. Now, as I stated, the gameplay can be a bit repetitive, especially during the night. You know, at the end of the day, there's a lot of combos, but it's a lot of spamming X and Y, because I didn't really feel like learning the combos. You won't really feel like learning the combos. So you're just going to want to beat the crap out of a bunch of robots and aliens. That's really what it comes down to. And same for the day stages. You're just going to be boosting an awful lot, man. And that's what it comes down to. But if you enjoy the experience, then it won't be bad. I enjoyed the experience, but I will still say that's a little bit of a con. Now for the next con. This one is probably the main con of this game, one of the worst parts of it. It's that the game is a little bit glitchy, alright? It just falls apart at some times, especially during Jungle Joyride. Check this clip out from Jungle Joyride. So yeah, you saw the game kind of just fell apart on its own. Yeah, it's not Sonic 06 glitchy, you're not going through walls and stuff, but it's kind of bad, alright? It's kind of bad. Another con I will definitely hand this game is that Eggman Land straight up sucks. The final level is Eggman Land, and it sucks, alright? It literally sucks. I didn't have too much problem with it, actually, but I can still acknowledge that it sucks. I can acknowledge things that are bad when they're bad. And the time trial for it is even worse, because you have to beat it in a certain amount of time. And I mean, this level takes you like 40 minutes to beat, man. Like, that's a little bit too long if you ask me. Another con I would hand this game is that collecting the Sun and Moon medals can definitely prove to be an absolute pain. Especially during the day stages, because you have to be so unbelievably precise to nail the jumps necessary to find these medals. And unless you look them up, obviously, then you're not going to know where they are, and you have to go searching for them. So that's obviously a little bit frustrating if you ask me. Obviously, this isn't a problem during the night stages because everything's slow, and you can search as long as you want. The day stages, you usually don't get to go back, so it can be a problem. And finally, the last con I have is that some levels, like Jungle Joyride, like I said, have atrocious lag and frame rate. It's pretty bad. Now, it's not as bad on the Xbox One version because this is an optimized version, but for versions like the PlayStation 3, it's honestly bad. Like I said, on the Xbox version, there's only a few problems, such as Jungle Joyride, but that's still going to be a con because a lot of people will be playing the PlayStation version. So, yeah, that's a problem. Let's wrap this video up and find my final thoughts and opinions on Sonic Unleashed in 2021. Overall, I would say this game is from a 7.5 to an 8 out of 10. Now, I know that's a little bit low, but like I said, there are a lot of problems with this game, and we're talking about how it holds up into 2021. You know, it could have been way better, back in 2008. I don't remember. I didn't play it in 2008, and especially I didn't play the Xbox 360 version. I had the Wii version. So yeah, this game is definitely a nostalgia overload for many reasons, like because I played it as a kid. It's not perfect, but it is a fun game that you can enjoy at any time. Once again, it's a bit glitchy at times, but I think this game holds up pretty well, like I said, giving it an 8 out of 10. There are a lot of fun aspects, but I would not recommend going for 100% completion, as it would definitely get very frustrating, especially the time trials. Don't even try it. I was going to do that, but I realized about halfway through this game that I did not want to deal with it. So my final thoughts on Sonic Unleashed. It's a beautiful mix of music, graphics, strange gameplay decisions, and a whole lot of speed. If you want to check this game out, it's on the Xbox Live Store. It's probably on the PlayStation Store, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I would definitely check it out if you like Sonic games, and if you just want a game to play and you're bored, make sure to go check it out. If you liked this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to your boy BP Bradley. And yeah, this has been your boy BP Bradley, and I am out. Peace.